Hey guys, today I want to talk to you about spiritual warfare. And first of all, I do want to say that I am still not feeling well. So if you could please pray for me, I definitely could use those prayers. I'm getting ready to take some more Dayquil um, in a moment, but right now I feel like my head weighs about 500 pounds and it feels like it's just about to roll right off my shoulders. So, anyway, um, while I've been laying in bed sick these past few days, I've mentioned before that I do a lot of Bible study and stuff, but I also watch a lot of YouTube videos in between all of that as well. And one thing that I think has become more um, spoken about in recent years, with YouTube and everything, is spiritual warfare. Oh man, almost broke my raven plant. Look at this, my ZZ plant. It is a raven, but this new stem is green. Anyway, I almost accidentally clipped it right off there. I just think nowadays, okay, so I'm learning a lot more about just how demonic certain things really are. Um, because of YouTube. And so, for example, I came across Isaiah Saldivar maybe a year or so ago and started really learning about deliverance, a lot more about deliverance than I had ever known before. And reason for that is because I have mentioned before, I've tried to keep some secrecy to this just to protect him and his life and his identity and everything. But he has his own YouTube channel and talks about all of the stuff that makes no sense to us, but makes sense in his world, I guess. But anyway, I'm just not going to beat around the bush. I'm just going to go ahead and say, but my one of my sons, you guys know, I have four boys, aged 28, 25, 20, and Elijah will be 19 tomorrow. Of my four boys, one of them was diagnosed at the age of 18 with uh, bipolar disorder and schizophrenia. I have come to learn that that is just a label for demonic manifestation. I believe that's what a lot of mental illness is these days, and we've just relabeled it that. I often say that when Jesus walked the earth, he did a lot of casting out demons. And so we can't just assume that that went away. It didn't. We've just renamed it. We've renamed it mental illness. And so, I do believe that we are living in the last days. And the Bible does say that in the last days that we will see a lot more spiritual warfare. And I do believe that the veil is wearing thin. I think we're seeing a lot more activity as those demonic beings, they know their time is short. They know they're running out of time, and so they're really ramping up lately, I think. But anyway, what I really want to talk about today though is basically I've watched I've been watching a lot of videos about deliverance and just basically searching for what can I do as a praying mother to help my son be delivered from this when he doesn't want to be. I find myself commenting on a lot of these videos and asking people to pray for him and just asking people like what can I do? I do not know. This is fairly new to me. Never, I mean, I've been walking with the Lord for a long time, and I always knew that there is a spiritual battle going on all around us, but I've just over the past, well, since he's been going through this for the past 7 or 8 years, really that's when my eyes were opened and I started learning a lot more about how all of this is tied together. And let me tell you, so when he was young, he used to get really bad migraines, and he would cry and complain about that and everything. And I think he had demonic attacks happening even at a younger age than what we realize. But you know, as he became an adult, he opened himself up through like crystals and, you know, some of that new age type stuff, right? Talking about spiritual things, but really misinterpreting a lot of things and twisting things. There have been times that he has claimed to be Jesus. There are times that he has claimed to be Lucifer. And I often think about the man in the Bible that Jesus encounters that says they are legion, for there are many. I often think that about my son. I do. For a long time, when he was first diagnosed, I thought he had multiple personalities. But now, me and my sisters also, we all believe that it's more of multiple demons that are in control of his mind most of the time. So it's a very sensitive subject, so it's hard to talk about, and I don't want to put anything out there that could ever be damaging or anything. I worry, you know, and I pray all the time for him. And I often think, okay, so one time, so he came to me when he was 14 and told me that he was an atheist, which that broke my heart. You know, I had raised him in the church his entire life, raised all four of my boys in the church. That was probably the most devastating thing he could have said to me. He has since then told me things like he's not an atheist anymore. He does know that heaven and hell exist. He does know that Jesus and Satan exist. He started this by when he was 18 by telling me that he had battled hellhounds. And when he was in high school, he used to often talk about um, trying to open his third eye and having lucid dreams. And I didn't even know what those things meant. I just knew that they didn't sit right with me. And I was like, I don't like you talking about that. I don't know what that's about, but I don't think you need to be messing with that. And then there have been times where he's talked about he thinks he has powers, and you know, I've tried so hard to talk to him about Jesus, and he's twisted scripture. He thinks that scripture is twisted and that Lucifer should be felt sorry for, basically. And I try to tell him that that's the oldest lie from the enemy. Like he's been telling that same lie for centuries, right? Um, but Braden, I shouldn't have said that. Anyway, um, he just needs prayers. But if anybody has any experience with deliverance, or if anyone out there, I pray that this video somehow finds its way to, I see so many different pastors and different people that have interviewed people that are like, that have been delivered from witchcraft and things like that. That's the other thing. He's gotten into crystals and spells, and he does all kinds of very strange things, and it's very scary. Um, but anyway, I am praying that somehow I can connect with somebody that has some kind of experience with this to help me know what can I do to get through to him. How do you get somebody delivered from from demonic forces if they're not willing? I mean, I know he has to be willing in some way, but how can I reach him? Like, I desperately just want to connect with people who have been through this themselves so that they can tell me, like, what was it that brought you around. So if anybody watching this knows of anybody that has been through this, please connect them to me, send them this video, have them comment, or just email me. My email is in the description. Um, I am just a mother that desperately loves her son. Okay, this video has been long enough, and we'll pick up on another subject tomorrow. So just remember to go the second mile today for someone in your life and with your resources.